Good evening, everyone. We didn't set anything, but it's funny because Valdo talked about the 101, Spiritism 101 last week. And now we're going to talk a little bit about the Spiritist Center that I call Walls of Light. And I hope that helps everyone here to explain a little bit what happens in our meetings and what is so interesting for you, for your point of view, for your perception about Spiritism, because we learn a little bit about Allan Kardec, which is the codifier, and people try to put him as the owner of Spiritism. The only owners of Spiritism are the spirits, meaning all of us. So he just codified, he just received messages and put in books that we call the 5 books that he wrote. But we need a place for that to happen, right? And I don't know if you heard before, but Spiritist Center, when you are dealing with spirits, when you are obsessed by spirits, or when you have the capability to talk to spirits, we always tell you to do that inside of Spirit Center. And the reason why is that this place is protected. So we're going to see a little bit on how it works and how we can really work and explain the Spiritism through the point of view of the Spirit Center as well. Shall we? So in Ephesians 2, he says that in him the whole building is joined together and rise to become a holy temple in the Lord. And in him you two are being built together to become a dwelling in which God lives by his Spirit. So there's 2 ways of understanding building, the physical thing and what happens inside, what you build inside of you. So when you come here, you're not just being protected by the building as a whole, but you are building something different inside of you just because of whoever's being on your side, whatever is being told to you. You grow with that kind of information, and that information supposed to be out there for everybody, but not anybody likes to hear or to see that. And that's another thing about Spiritism, because it's not about what you say here, what you learn here, is about what you research, read. It's about how you work the information that you have. We used to play that nobody gets full or gets fulfilled or satisfied by just reading the menu. You need to put in practice. So reading and getting some knowledge will get you peace. That's why we are in peace and knowledge. But the thing is, if you don't use it, it doesn't work. And here, it's a great place to learn. Here is a great place to start doing what you are hearing and doing what you believe. Because you are supported by people that have the same understanding. Sounds right? This is an invisible construction. For real, what we see is not even a half of this place. We almost always unilaterally integrate the spirit society, visualizing it externally, which is its physical constructions. But we do not clearly register the beneficial influence that we assimilate automatically and unconsciously in contact with the inarticulate message that hovers over our dependencies. As you can see here, those slides are from a group in Brazil that does this kind of animated or do this kind of sketches for some tales, for some passages of some books. And this one is that happens in the Spiritist Center. That was a story by the spirit called X, Spirit X, so Brother X. And as you can see, there is the physical audience down there. But there is a lot more on the top. And that's the reason why I told you today, before start, put your cell phone down, because those chairs are prepared for you. Even though they didn't know that you would sit where you are, the spirits knew. And they prepare the chair for you. So when you sit, all the beneficial energy is there. But if you don't reframe yourself for thinking outside, instead of thinking about yourself in terms of, calming down, this energy will not find a place to get in. And that's why we always tell, get to the big room 10 minutes prior to the meeting, because you're going to come down, you're going to tune in, and it's going to be easier for the spirits that are here working with us and you to receive this beneficial influence, the beneficial energy that comes from them. Physical walls impregnated with healing substances. That's the best understanding of a spirit center. It's a physical place, physical walls, impregnated with healing substances that are not visible, but most of us can feel. I don't know if you feel something when you get the passes or if you feel something when you come in, but there's multiple people telling multiple things like this. I feel better. I don't know why. I feel calm. I don't know why. Yes, because that's all impregnated by the spirits for us. The love direct towards people, the healthy and daily habit of prayer, all of these impregnate the walls with healing substances. And all of this happens here in every center that we know. The task of helping spiritual exchange, the dissemination of the good news, the service of passes, and the relationship of fraternity. This is all you can expect to have, to see happening when you come to a spiritual center. We're hit without interruption by extremely strong and positive energy forces arising from our exchange with the invisibility and the spirit's house, increasing the possibilities of using technological resources and used by major spirituality for the benefit of the attendees. There is a lot of equipment, per se, that the spirits can use, but they mostly cannot use outside a spirit center because of the environment, because of the energy that works inside here. They were not going to be able to use the same instruments or the same healing processes that they have here because of energy. Everything is based on energy. Even though some of us don't understand to the full extension, but everything is based on energy. And the energy is really concentrated inside here. When we start our meetings, there's 2 towers, external towers that we cannot see, that prevent some spirits to come in and allow some others to come in. So it doesn't mean that only the good spirits can come into a spirit center. The ones that have a possibility to change are welcome as well. But the ones that will not change for nothing will be out there. And that's why we don't recommend you stay longer outside the doors of the center, because that's where the protection ends. So go home. Don't stay too long chatting outside because of the energy, because of the ones that come with you but couldn't get in, and they're crazy to get back to you. So not that they're going to lose you, but for some time you can have a break just because your energy is different. There's no tune in, like Valdo explained last week. This is a school of light. So our children learn the basics, and we learn the basics plus. It favors logical reasoning combined with common sense, as well as the ennoblement of intellectuality, providing minds with superior knowledge. Not superior in terms of I'm better than you. Superior thought. It's not just what your eyes see, change your perspective, change your point of view. I'm always impressed when All is here and he talks about Christianity's view, because it's that kind of view that is hard to develop, but it's so important. She always look at the bright side, and it's not playing Pollyanna. It's because every situation has two sides. If you look at the dark side per se, or the negative side, all you see is negative. But if you turn it for a little light, then everything is bright. So this is like superior knowledge or superior mind, because you are willing to see the good in a bad situation. It's really easy to see bad things happening. When you wake up and you say, oh my God, today I'm going to find that guy or my boss or that client that I cannot take it. Yes, your brain will fabricate more and more situations to justify your thought. And if you do the opposite, it will do the same. So it's a matter of choices. But here, you are invited, and the atmosphere and the healing walls makes you more prone to be more positive, understand better. And that's the power of Spirit Center. It's a pharmacy of a soul. No, there's no drugs that we deliver, but some of you that been to treatment with passes, you go back home with a different water. It's not the regular water. So think about the water that you live down there to be energized by the spirits as ibuprofen. And whatever you get there is specific. It's catered to your needs. It is a pharmacy of soul. You only see a room right there. That's a full hospital. Inside that room, that is a full hospital. There's a lot of nurses working together with us that don't have any practice. No, we don't recommend you ever stop your regular medicine. But passes have this power as well. So that's why the center is a pharmacy of the soul. A blessed library. Charity workshop. We develop our need to help. We develop here the need for help. Like as a pharmacy of the soul, we promote the healing for those that are sick in the body, but above all set goals to no longer become ill. Because if you remember the parable of the 10 lepers, when the only one got back to Jesus to say thanks, he said the other 9 will be lepers in no time. And it's not a curse, it's just because I just healed them from the outside. And the disease is inside. So when we deal here with passes, we try to move something from the inside, not from the outside. Because any book of science will tell you that you renew your body 99% every year. So if you renew your body 99% every year, it means that whatever is sick, as is new, it's not sick anymore. So it's not the thing, it's what causing, it's the root, it's what causing the problem. So yes, as the pharmacy of the soul, they treat a little deeper our needs. The Blessed Library provides an adequate and peaceful environment for reading, researching, and analysis with books and periodical that regenerate and clarify for eternity. I don't do it anymore, but in the beginning, you that been here for a long time, heard me saying, I can be an imposter, pretending that I know everything. So don't trust what I'm saying. Go and do your research, because that's the meaning of the Spiritism. That's so much information. Go and make up your mind by yourself. Nobody should tell you what to do. You have all the basis in the literature. decide what you want to do. For me, when I was 18, I went to every single religion that you can imagine, and not imagine, because there was names that's like, what? Well, let me see, what is this? So, and Spiritism was the only one that makes sense for me. Because it's not do this or you go to hell. Do this or this. Do this or... It's like, if you're going to do something, you're going to have something as a reaction. Oh, that I can take. It's not because I did that I'm condemned by eternity. It's that, yes, I did something bad. Chances are they're not going to get any good out of that. And that's action and reaction, right? And on the workshop, what we do here, remember, we have the charity, the caravan of love, and we have charity that we go to the downtown and provide clothing, but it's not just providing clothing, it's talking to people. Because clothing you can provide, or money you can give to a beggar on the street, but what he needs is to be validated as a human being. So when you are outside giving clothing, you have a time to talk to them for a little time, maybe for a while. And that's the part that is invisible, but counts a lot for this person that feels less than anybody else because of his material condition. Fraternal N provides an adequate and peaceful environment for reading, researching, analysis, and everything that you need to do, and you are welcome here. If you're not welcome here, please pardon this person that is offbeat. But so far, I didn't see it, especially on Thursdays, nobody not being genuinely happy to see each other around here. That kind of feeling, it's not easy outside. You don't feel that kind of welcoming outside. And why we are a fraternal in? Because we want it. Nobody told us to do it. You don't tell people to be fraternal or to be kind or to be good, and just because I told him or her, she'll do that. That's not how it works. You need to feel it. The light spread in this temple of love. Give us support to discern and learn to live better. Lift us from stagnation and inner blindness towards the higher planes of greater life. I've been here for 18 years or so. And in Brazil, I was with Spirit Center since I was 18. So it's been a long time. I can tell you that I never saw anybody passing by Spirit Center, open the door, say, hey, I just came here to say that I'm happy, my life is awesome. No. And that's okay. And that's okay. Because this place can lift us from stagnation and inner blindness. Every time I ask on the fraternal assistance, if the person in front of me has a problem with forgiving, they say, no, I forgive everybody. Then I hit the note. And what about yourself? That's the inner blindness. If you don't forgive yourself, how can you forgive somebody? If you don't love yourself, how can you love somebody? What do you have to give that you don't have inside of you? It's a blank check, right? It will bounce back. But the interest is way harder than just money. Provide us firm determination in the face of Spiritist postulate. It's not easy. Nobody said they will, but it's not easy. But again, two things that we need to have in our minds. We are in a planet that is the second to the last, meaning that none of us are great spirits. We are spirits that need to learn, but we are in that. That's why we came here, to be tested, pass through trials and atonements. So please, don't put your bar right here that I should be like this. No, I'm here. I should go gradually to the top. And that's the thing that when we talk about be more like Jesus, how can I be more like Jesus if I'm so imperfect? I cannot be like Jesus. I can try to baby steps to the way that he paved. Otherwise, I'm going to be frustrated and I'm going to give up. And that's how it works for plenty of us. I cannot do this. I'm not going to even try. No, try. But try your own way. You know what is right and what is wrong. Nobody needs to tell you that. Provide us with intimate serenity so that we can triumph over the shadows that have enveloped us for centuries. So again, this is a place that will lift you up, that will give you some strength, that will give you some energy that sometimes you don't have outside. Sometimes you don't have at home. And we also teach you to do the gospel at home, to have that at home as well. But we spend too much time there. You cannot say that we control ourselves the way we control ourselves when we come here. So this place is really blessed. And that's why we come here and keep coming back. So that's another thing for telling people when they say, wow, what you do over there? Well, I have my serenity, I have my peace, I have the strength to keep on going, the strength to keep doing good things, the vision about what is good for me. Oh, they teach you everything? No, I learned by myself because there's a lot of information there that I can craft my own plan. I don't need nobody to tell me what to do. I need to find my way. And you can find your way here because all the environment, all the energy on those walls are here just for that. We can fulfill our needs for comfort and beauty. This is good and natural. However, we need, in addition, something much more important, co-building in ourselves the dwelling place of God and the Spirit. Paul of Tarsus. He built I don't know how many centers on his time. He helped I don't know how many places to keep up, to stay in one piece. Because otherwise they will be demolished by lack of knowledge, hatred, and stuff like that. But he's saying that we need to co-build inside ourselves the dwelling place of God. And if you cannot do it by yourself, the Spirit Center is a place that you can find a way to build your own temple for God. Much more than serving the interests of earth, the Spirit's house initiates us into the ideals of heaven. This is another great point. We don't talk about material things. We talk about what's happening when we're not here anymore. What's happening before we came here? If God is so good and we just have one life, why somebody is crippled and the brother or sister is the cheerleader or the fullback of the college team? There's no justice on that. If both are nice, if both are kind, there's no justice on that. So if not justice in this life, maybe we have another life. And maybe we will have plenty of lives up in front. Because that's the mercy of God. And that's how God loves us. Because if you cannot do everything, and we cannot do everything that we planned when we came, He will give us other trials. He will give us other chances to come back and do whatever we didn't. But at least we are here. And we're trying to learn. And this is the best place to do that. The structure and functioning of natural laws through the dissemination of Spiritism. Now, I don't know if you are following, there is a catastrophe down in Brazil on the south. And then you can say, yeah, this is the El Nino, and who controls the weather? And God is not just because there's a lot of people dying. We don't know. We don't know the natural laws. We know that when we mess with nature, nature responds. So we've been dealing with killing the ozone stuff. We're not going to get to that kind of, information, but we know that we are changing the nature, and that's the way nature responds. How many tornadoes we're seeing all the time here now in the U.S.? How many places we're seeing? That is not natural. I love that. Don't get me wrong. Please keep it there. I love to have cold weather in May. But since I got here 20 years ago, that was like not something that I will ever imagine. I love it. Believe me. But this is a climate change. And there's consequences to that. This is natural law. So why a lot of people are dying? We don't know the reason why, but they do. That is something that needs to be done. That is a heads up? I don't know. That's not for us to judge. But understand a little bit more of natural laws. You understand why those things happen. It needs to happen for some reason. We don't know the reason. It's not in any book that I read so far. But it's a natural law. Calls us to its observance of the only way to free ourselves from inferior feelings such as selfishness, vanity, pride, which generate all of our misfortunes. Basically, you can translate that to, we are all made of energy. Our thoughts, our words, our feelings, our actions generate energy. If the energy is good, you attract good back. If the energy is not good, you attract what you send. Spirits need frequency to talk to you through your thoughts, whatever. So if your frequency is good, you're going to have some words or some inspiration from high spirits. If your energy is not good, then that's what you get. Have you ever said, wow, I never thought about this? Yes, you never. It's not yours. So pretty much it tells us that if you look for bad things, that's what you got. If you look for good things, that's what you got. Simple as that. Energy, inferior feeling equals energy. And that's about it. Only in this way we will be able to live happily, contributing to a better world and a happier society, and committed to our own renewal. Only in this way, not only in this place. Charity doesn't happen inside of Spirit Center. Charity is only on charity you can find salvation, not in church. Here we get together to support each other. Here we get together to get this energy that is deposited in every single wall of this place. But it's not because of here that we will change. We're only going to change when we want it. The only thing that Jesus couldn't change was us. That's why he said, your faith heals you. Your faith saves you. Because he needs the faith as a vehicle to infuse his energy in people's body. Without that, he couldn't do anything. And when they are not in front of Jesus anymore, they didn't change. They got back to the old ones. So it's about our will. It's not about a place. The place will aid you to get better. And that's it. But the place really is blessed, and the place is really assisted by invisible forces that we don't have half of the knowledge of what they're capable of and what they can do. So why go to the Spiritist house? Can somebody tell me now? No, you all. You're grounded. You too, Richard. Why go to the Spirit Center? Not everybody at the same time, because I cannot hear you. I'm going to start yelling just like Tim.
And to learn to reinforce.
Re-energize ourselves?
Yeah. What else, guys? Think about it. Because the reason here for this kind of talk is for you to, when somebody asks you, why you come here, you have an answer. You have a simple answer, your answer. We don't want to put any words in your mouth. But if you don't have an answer, then you lose a chance for somebody to try to get better. Because I don't think that you come here to get worse. If you do, please get out. But if you do come here to get better, you probably want your friends to get better as well. So think about why go to the Spirit Center. To find peace, comfort, understanding, and clarification. So many people ask, why is this happening to me? No, we don't have a crystal ball. And if we do, it doesn't work. So far I didn't find any place that sell a crystal ball that really works and you can see the future and everything. But yes, we can give you some clarification about trials, about how to pass through the bad situation with a different perspective, would give you different energy and strength to go through this. The place where enlightened spirits come on missions to disseminate natural laws as well as to serve sufferers in both planes of life. The place, there's a lot of spirits that don't have the capability to come from the astral cities that they belong to or that they live in and come back at the same day. Where are they going to stay? Here. Churches. You're home when you do gospel at home. They will find places that the energy equals to their energy, and they will stay there. Make sense? We're dedicated, incarnated brothers, all of us. Inspired by mentors, seek through research to give us the correct interpretation of Christ's message. You think you are bystanders. You think you are listening. You have knowledge enough to come here and give a speech, even if a 5-minute speech. Because you know pretty much in your heart why you're coming here and why this place is giving you reasons to keep coming back. This is a speech itself. This is a correct interpretation of Christ's message. Get better, make people feel better, help others when you can. The spiritual atmosphere is full of salutary lights and energies that reorganize our forces. And sometimes we don't have that at home, and sometimes we don't have this capability of doing it by ourselves. So, again, just by sitting in these chairs, coming here 10, 15 minutes prior to the lecture, you will start receiving energy, start receiving magnetism that was put in the chair just for you. Hard to believe, isn't it? But it's true. We remember Christian ideals seeking to eradicate our imperfections and elevate our moral values. In the end, that's what we're going to take up, right? Our values. And mostly we're going to not be charged by that, but again, if you're not flesh, you're just energy. Energy attracts energy of the same kind. So if you discarnate today, what kind of friends are going to be around you? That's a scary thought, isn't it? Sometimes it is. Not that we feel that we are that bad, but sometimes we get this little Tasmanian devil running inside of us. Temple, home, hospital, workshop, school, the Spirit Center brings all together, being essentially the meeting point for souls who yearn for answers, who seek peace, who have awaked to the need to renew themselves internally under the lights of the Comforter promised by Jesus. And sometimes words are very scary because they say, no, I'm not awake to the renew of myself. Yes, you are, because you're here. So let's make it simple. This is a home. This is a hospital. This is a place that you can practice whatever you feel that is right, that you can practice helping people, that you can learn. And if you do have questions, maybe if you search, you find the answers. Not with the workers, but within yourself, within the lectures, within the books, within asking yourself. This is a place that is prone, gives you more will to go and search for things that are uncomfortable. We don't like to look at inside. For real. First, it's a lot of work, and the brain doesn't like too much work. And second, because we don't like what we're going to find. And again, be in peace with that. Because that's the reason why we're here. To perfect this thing that we're going to find inside of us. So, if you make peace with that, say, yes, I was like this. I have this inside of me, but I'm trying to get better. Done. So you're here just because of that. Because normally what happens, I have a video here, don't know if it's going to run with audio or not, is that when we grow up, and Jesus say, let the children come to me because they will have the kingdom I have, because they are simpler. And they are looking for things, because they're simpler, they're looking for things that are more down to our heart. And adults just complicate too much.
If you could have dinner with anyone, living or dead, who would you choose?
Kylie Minogue.
Marilyn Monroe.
Oh God, I wouldn't have a clue.
I know, straight up. Paul Hogan.
Kim Kardashian.
No.
I'd like to have dinner with Justin Bieber.
What? He's not coming to my house.
I'd have Bob Hawke.
Dave Hughes.
Barry Humphries.
Jimi Hendrix.
People who have made a difference in the world, maybe Nelson Mandela at the dinner table.
I don't know what he's going to say. I'm scared.
If you could have dinner with anyone in the world, who would you choose?
Probably our whole family, like our whole extended family.
Mum and Dad. Mum and Dad. Does it have to be a celebrity? Could it be family?
We love it. We talk about how school is. We ask Mum and Dad how their day was.
Family.
Yeah, Mum and Dad.
Family. Who would you like to have dinner with?
They just want to be with us while they're eating food, which is pretty cool.
They see us above everything. I'm going to get...
Yeah.
Bit of a message in it for me.
Yes.
Guys, what are we here today together? We are a family. We are a spiritual family. And Ebola, can you come here for a second? Blessed are the children. Can you tell everybody why you come to Spirit Center? Or if they want to know why to come to Spirit Center, what say you?
Well, I normally come to the Spirit Center because I want to receive good energies, and I'm also the kind of person that wants to give good energies to other people. So I feel like when I come here, everyone just immediately is already always so kind to each other, and it almost feels like, especially when I'm having a hard day, when I come here, I feel like I'm being lifted up. Even people that I don't know here, they'll just smile at me and it'll already make my day. So if I would say why you should come to the Spirit Center, it's to just receive good energies and love, and to feel like you really belong somewhere, because the truth is we all belong anywhere, because we're all spirits and we're all family, and I think the Spirit Center just kind of reminds us to love each other.
I think I'll let her do the whole speech. I don't need myself. She's tired. Give her a big hand. So articulate. Why can we do the same because we think that we need to be wise and perfect and deliver the great message. Really. Please. We are 15, sometimes we're 20, and the good full days we're 30. Let's fill up every chair here. Not because of the volume of people, but because we want to help them to understand the message, to get better. That's it. There's nothing but it. And that's the mission of a Spiritist Center. I rest my case, Your Honor.